for the person that is just thinking, I don't even know this God, and my life has been so terrible. There's no way that this God could love me. What would you say to her today?
Little analogy that I like to use that came to me during one of the darkest periods in my life. And it was, I just felt like, what is going on? I'm not qualified. I'm not good enough. I'm not strong enough. I don't have the courage to get through this. And it was an attack on us that was unfounded. But we felt like God was not saying move on. He was saying hold on. And so we did, we held on, and he got us through it. But one of the things that happened during my time is I read a little book called Truffles from Heaven. And it was all about when things happen, bad things happen, we tend to focus on our circumstances, our dark circumstances, and that's all we can see. And that's where I was at. That's exactly where I was at. And I had these four women, I'm going to cry right now because they're very important in my life. They came to me and said, we need to pray through every day. We're going to show up at your house and we're going to pray with you through this season. And they did. And these four ladies didn't know each other. They came to me individually. And I felt like God had sent them. So I said, yes, let's do this. And I called them all and said, okay, tomorrow at 10 o'clock, we can start. And we did. And we met for months. And then we slowed down and things got a little calmer and we slowed down. And I realized that God was bringing blessings into my life that I was missing because all I could see were my dark circumstances. They were four of them, but sometimes it's just walking into a Starbucks and seeing they have my favorite coffee brewing. My favorite roast is the roast of the day, or my favorite ice cream at Baskin Robbins is the flavor of the day. But sometimes it's a friend calling or texting me and just saying, I'm praying for you. And we underestimate how important that is to people in our life. So I call these little truffles from heaven that when I'm looking at my dark circumstances, Rachel, I miss. I don't even see it. God's sending me little love notes along the way, and I'm missing them because I can't see anything except the bad things that are going on in my life. Does that make sense?
I love the little love notes and truffles and ice cream and coffee. We've got a lot in common, Roseanne.
We should meet for coffee.
Yes.
There's a number of chapters in Encountering God's Love, which is just the scripture that would help a person who feels like this. So I have three that come to mind, but I'll just mention one. And you probably have seen this, Rachel, but in the genealogy of Jesus in Matthew chapter 1, there's all of these generations, and every time it mentions men, but only 4 times does it mention women. And these 4 women were broken women. These 4 women were outsiders. These 4 women. So you've got Rahab the harlot. You've got Ruth, who was a Moabite. You've got Tamar, who, wow, that's an amazing story if you haven't heard about that story. And so you've got these women that are noted. And God is going out of his way to only mention 4 women in the genealogy of Jesus. And all of them were broken outsiders. And he's basically screaming to your listener today, if he did that for those women, he wants to do that for you.
Now I'm going to be the one to cry because I have been studying those women for the last year. And I had just spoke at 2 different events this past weekend on those exact women and how if he can use their broken lives and weave it into God's redemptive plan, he certainly can do that with ours as well. So gosh, I just love the Lord so much. He is so kind and so good, and to confirm things in our hearts at just the right time. It just makes me giddy with excitement. And so I have just loved today so much.